Hold on, y'all. My nails are dirty. I need to clean them real quick. All right, so I want to talk about long distance energy healing. The reason I don't call it Reiki because I don't use the symbols that they give to us, but I did get certified in Reiki or Reiki, whatever it's called. And I did get initiated because when you do it, they have to do some type of ceremony where they place some type of symbol inside of you and your spirit and your chakras that you are able to now use the Reiki symbols in order to help heal people. I am iffy with symbols. I ain't gonna front, but as of recently, I haven't been using them at all. I might experiment with it and see, but nah, I don't really think that is necessary to place those symbols. I want to see another alternative of the Reiki's symbols. I want to look it up, but I'm gonna look it up. I want to see what alternative perspectives of the symbols and stuff, but I haven't needed to use it. So that's why I haven't. But last night I did a long distance energy healing session and it went really, really good. I have did it before, but I wasn't able to get feedback. I had did it naturally at times through my empathy. Like one time, a few months ago, I was watching Dolo and he was sick. And I did energy healing on him. That's how I knew where the pain was at. And he got better the next day. But I don't do it anymore because I didn't ask for permission to. So I'm learning like a code of conduct when it comes to everything spirituality, so I can remain spiritually responsible. So yeah, but I have noticed a difference of how long it take him to get well and stuff like that. But you know, it is what it is. If he wanted to get energy healing, I'm gonna provide a service. I'm gonna provide a service. See, okay, what I'm working on right now is that I don't want to get burnt out. So I'm trying to balance pricing, timing, and energy, making sure I'm giving myself like enough breaks, making sure I'm staying hydrated, making sure that I don't get too exhausted. When it comes to energy healing, I won't necessarily say that it makes me tired, but I do need a rest period afterwards. One thing I really love about taking Reiki classes is that they taught me how to channel universal energy through me instead of giving my energy to people. Because before I was doing energy healing, but I was given energy from my spirit, and it would leave me tired and drained. But now that, because I took that course, it taught me how to channel energy through you. That way you won't be taking energy from you. So I really appreciate that. If you want to get into energy healing, I suggest that you take Reiki. It will teach you a lot, even if you want to do it your own way. Ever since I took Reiki, I barely use those symbols, to be real. I would completely forget, when I'm doing it. So, all right. So I would do long distance energy reading, but I wasn't able to do like inner feedback because I didn't have long distance energy healing clients where they actually tell me what's going on, da da da. Also, yesterday, I was like, I need a conduit. I needed something to bring your chakras where I'm at. First, I was thinking about using fire, which is one aspect of it, but I use water. For each of the chakras, I will use water for it. And that was amazing because it really helped me to channel. It was just like having a person in front of me. It really was. Even though I feel like that's still more powerful, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Another thing is that when I go into chakras and I see the state of it, I communicate that with the person, like what's going on. That's beautiful in itself because they could validate that with their inner selves too. Because sometimes when I'm having a visual, they having that visual too, or that sensation or that feeling of something, And I notice that people, they like it when I communicate as I go along, even though what I have noticed is that when I start doing the Reiki session, people get relaxed. They want to fall asleep. Or they don't want to talk as much. So I don't expect them to talk back to me right away. I just be like, oh, okay, I'm moving to the heart chakra now. I see something here, so let me work on that. Something like that. What's been interesting is that I need to get more acquainted. I'm gonna make me like a guide or something because I don't remember all the information about the chakras. But when I'm doing the energy healing, I could feel it, I could feel the energy of it. Sometimes I've seen chakras in different states. I've seen chakras that spin really fast. They going into the realm of being overactive, but they're not there yet. I've seen chakras that are overactive. I've seen hardened chakras. I have seen clogged chakras of matter in it, just clog of energy, matter. I have seen chakras where other people outside of that person have projected certain things or attacked certain parts of their chakra where now it got some type of blockage on it. I also seen, I've seen the side effects of what that do to your chakras. It usually attacks your third eye and your crown chakra. It creates some form of film over it. I'm really thankful to find that because, I've been seeing videos lately, like they kind of like, well, those people made a decision, just they on fucked up. So do away with them. Like the people who didn't get it, we have to go on and do what we do. But nah, it really would be nice, because there's some people who want to be spiritually awake, and they may have had to take it because they might have been in some extreme situation. It may have been in agreement of their spiritual team to take it at that time because they didn't want that person to ascend at that point. They wanted to give them more time or something. So it is a lot of reasons to it. So if I could find somewhere to uplift that effect of, the such and such, then yeah, that would be beautiful, which I believe I did, but I'm still, because it just, I'm about to stutter. After you do the energy healing session, you will have to go through a process because your chakras, they running well, so they're going to be filtering out what doesn't need to be there over the next week or so. So some of the effects take time to fully integrate. So I'm gonna see how that goes. But I was able to see it and break through it. And see the side effects that it had on other chakras, because that particular thing is kind of weak. I ain't gonna front. It's kind of weak, but I wonder, this person only got one. So somebody who only got like 3, 4, 5 of them, I'm getting a visual that it would be like a thicker matter versus the person who I just seen with one of them. You might be able to break through it of your own if you could. I don't know, man, because it like you might be able to sit still, like you meditating, make your mind go blank, but there will be a blockage to that universal light or something, or it's almost like a tent. So not all the light will come through. You get what I'm saying? That's what it puts like some type of film over that chakra, and not all the light can come through unless you break through it. So maybe if you could visualize breaking through it, if you got the, what you call it, or I'm gonna be offering service soon for long distance Reiki energy healing. I want to get things prepared because what I learned from the past is that how my energy work, what tires me out quickly. Yeah, if I come out with the service already balanced, then I don't have to shut it down and then rebalance it. She's so practical. Like, she's so practical that she helped me to center at times. Like, I know her for years, and she's seen me over the years have like such big aspirations, and I would jump like head first in it. But she helps me to like pull it back a little bit so it actually be something that I could achieve. Because when I wanted to make that video game, I was learning coding. I was getting into graphic arts and stuff because for some reason, I just thought that, yeah, this gonna be easy. Coding, that's some shit I don't even want to learn, to be real. Like, I learned a little bit, but when I was learning it, I was struggling because it wasn't keeping my interest. I was struggling, but I learned some things. I forgot most of it, and I was able to make a video game, like this platform game or something, something like that. I was able to do something, but it wasn't what I wanted to make. I made that video game through a class. So, I still want to make that video game, but see, I would prefer to pay people to make it, because trying to do it all on my own is like insane. It's insane. So she helps me to, for one, not be so stubborn, because I can be stubborn. So she know how to talk to me, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Because sometimes I could feel like this person is trying to dim my light, or trying to throw dirt on my dreams or something. Hello? Yeah, but so I'm glad I have that. So I'm going over things with her, and she helping me to balance it out. I'm gonna go to somebody else though, because what I was learning in human design, sometimes because I have a completely open heart center, so sometimes it's hard to place value on things. So I want to talk to somebody with a defined heart center, because they better at doing stuff like that, like coming up with prices to place on your services. Because me and my homegirl and a lot of people that I'm close with, they have a open heart center. So it makes you think about so many factors. Like, for one, you want to be like available to everybody. So you don't want to overcharge people. You don't want to, you might even extremely undercharge them because you don't put the value in the money. I seen a girl back some years ago, back in the day, she did that. She had a service, and I did this before too, but she had a service, and she was like, you could just donate what you feel like it was worth. I used to do that too, but sometimes people won't donate. Not because they don't feel like it was good service, but just because they have that option to not donate. And I seen her struggle with that. I seen her struggle with that. So I learned from that. And I see other people who have hard time placing value on their self or their services. They will do stuff like that. But you got somebody with a defined heart center? Nah, fuck that shit. You gonna pay me. That's their mentality. Like, nah, you gonna pay me. You gonna pay me for my work. So yeah, I need to talk to somebody with that. Cause my homegirl, she helped me organize so much when it comes to forms and the service and how I'm gonna conduct it. But with that pricing, child, if I'll go with her pricing, I won't never be able to, for one, I'll be burnt out from the service I give, because to even make a living, I will have to do so many services, to make a living. I can't do that, man. I can't, like, if I was to go by those prices, I will be spending a whole lot of time on something that I have to do multiple times in a day just to make enough to like pay my bills and stuff like that. So I have to get that pricing right. You know, I can't think of like just everybody. I have to think of myself at times and the well-being of my daughter, which I'm so glad I got her because she keep me balanced too. If I ain't had my daughter, y'all, I don't even know if I'd be here, to be real. She keep me grounded as fuck. Hell motherfucker, yeah, she keep me grounded. I knew that since she was born. Like, this is good for me. I knew that. Also, make the protection oil, and I've been using it within my services. It's really dope. I love it. I love the smell of it, the energy of it. It's very effective. For right now, I'm just going to use it in my services. In the future, I plan on selling it though. It's time to redo my hair. But for right now, yeah, it helps me to cleanse the chakras and everything. It helps to protect. So I love it. Now, I was thinking about using Onyx. I've been using black stones, but Onyx is not easy to find in the stores, like where I'm living at. And I live next to like a psychic town or something. I don't know. That wasn't even on purpose. It just ended up being that way. But I live next to a town that is just a whole bunch of psychics and shit. So there's a lot of shops here to go and get crystals, mystical stuff. I low-key kind of feel like I'm living in Halloween Town. I be feel like that sometimes. But they never have onyx. They would have the other black crystals like obsidian and jet or whatever you call it. But nah, onyx is something that I actually have to order. But I did have an onyx pendulum. If you want to get a pendulum, get it in rose quartz or get it in amethyst, because onyx is too stubborn. I could literally see it trembling, making itself not move like this. It be trembling. I'm like, motherfucker, if you don't, you know, the only person that was able to get a move a little bit is this girl that I call Hathor, because she is a goddess and she got that Venus energy down pat. But she had to go into like a meditative state in every motherfucking thing to move this motherfucking onyx stone. Onyx is stubborn, okay? Onyx is stubborn as fuck. So don't get that if you want a pendulum that actually move. I'm sure there's some people that could move the onyx stone. I'm sure there's some people who could do that, but me and her, because when she was able to get it to move, it just moved like slightly like this. And I had pendulums in the past where you could be swinging them everywhere. I had those, but the Onyx pendulum, hell motherfucking no. But it's a great absorbing of like clog energy. I remembering just dangling it over my brother's head, and he said he could feel it. He could feel it like extracting. It's powerful. I like to carry it with me. I don't know. I lost it, so which is sad, but I feel like it's gonna pop up sooner than later. So I'm gonna get some of those. At first, what I was going to do is send it out to people before the session. That's too much. But now that I found like a conduit, I could just use it in the practice and stuff. But if you want to, after I finish the session and you want to keep maintenance, if you was to get an onyx stone, which I might, I don't know, create bracelets or something, or necklaces that you could wear or something. But after, to keep maintenance on your chakras, you could get you an onyx stone. You could get you any black stone. And after, if you're feeling heavy in any of your chakras, just put the stone up there and it will absorb it. Water, putting the stone in water will purify it. Colors is important too. I'm gonna talk about these things more in detail as I get more knowledge on it. But yeah, so I could teach people how to keep maintenance on their chakras after they get the service and everything. I want to write a guide and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna sit here for too long. I just wanted to kind of give an update. Oh damn, it got so quiet all of a sudden. My dryer stopped. Dang, that was beautiful. That's so peaceful. It's peaceful. Oh, I didn't know I was gonna appreciate this, the quietness as much. So yeah, I have these visuals when I be going into the chakras. I like for younger people, it's easier to clean because they have less stuck energy, especially in the lower realms. Now, with the person I did long distance with last night, they had took the, you know, what you call them, and it had an effect on her main 7 chakras, but her lower realms was really good. Like, it was really clean. I was able to clean the lower realms through the root. So I like that. Now, when I come across these, sometimes in a chakra, it be shadows or entities or something. When I find them, I don't try to figure out what they is. Yeah. So When it comes to stuck energy matter, I could just clean that up however I clean that up. But sometimes when it comes to like an attachment entity or something like that, the person that I'm doing the session on, their higher self will have to come and get it and then ascend it. That's something that I noticed. Because there was one one chakra that had something in it, and I thought it was like matter, and I was trying to clean it. But the person, I had a visual of the person coming down there and getting it and ascending it upwards. So different attachments, and also the person will have like a different reaction to these attachments. Like one of the attachments is like she was laughing that that attachment was like still there or something. Like when I brung it to her, this is in the spiritual realm. When I brung it to her, she like laughing like, what you doing still here? Like, all right, come on, let's go. It was like that. Some of them, she cried. Some of them caused fear. So the person will have like a different reaction. The one that caused fear, I don't know what the actual attachment was. I had it like in my hand, but I did have to fight with them. Sometimes I have to fight with the attachments because they would be like aggressive or whatever. Or some of them I have to run after them and get them because they would try to run to like another chakra or something. Or they would try to hide themselves, like lurking, like, because one of them I had seen in a distance and it just looked like a shadow moving back and forth. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I'm finna go get it. I'm finna go get it. So I went and got it and it ran like outward and I had to go out. And as I was bringing it back, the person I was doing a session on, they was resistant to like deal with it. They was resistant for me to bring it back. I was talking to her at the time. I was like, you resisting me bringing it back, but I'm gonna bring it back. Because there's nowhere else for it to go. It has to ascend because it's her attachment. So she have to handle it and ascend it. So when I brought it to her and she was like in the spiritual world, we're like afraid of it. And I talked to her in the spiritual realm. And then finally she took it. She hugged it. It softened. Whatever this attachment was, it like softened. And then she ascended it upwards. So it's pretty interesting, but I don't try to look into what that attachment is. So I was thinking of bringing in tarot around that point, but it will have to be later, you know, because I don't want things to take too much time. Because sometimes the energy session in itself can take a while depending on the state of your chakra. And yeah, that might have to be a separate section, like pulling cards on what that attachment was, what that energy was, or something like that. And a part of me don't want to tap into it because I realize that when I find it, I bring it to the person and they ascend it upwards and it's going through those higher chakras, they come into realizations of what it is anyways. So it's going to come to them naturally. Like let's say that it's in the solar plexus. It's going to move to the heart chakra, give you compassion to whatever this is. The throat chakra, then you're going to want to talk about it, express it. Third eye chakra, and then to the crown chakra, that's you ascending it because you come into a higher awareness, you learning a lesson from it, and then you releasing it. So you're going to come to that naturally on your own. I don't really, sometimes tarot will give you too quick of an answer. And I feel like that kind of interrupts the process of the healing because in some ways, the tarot is a bit limited. Like, yeah, I could get some insight of what this attachment is, but I want the people to come to their own understanding because even though I'm reading the cards, I'm filtering it through my understanding of things, which could be slightly different than yours or different completely. And I don't want it to be like when that chakra get to your third eye and your crown chakra, and you realize that that energy is like a bit different or different aspects of that energy than the reading that I gave you. I want you to trust that more than the reading that I gave you on it. I want you to trust your own insight. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's why I guess I kind of pulled away from tarot because it wasn't healing enough for me. It's like a quick fix. It's like a band-aid. And that ain't what I'm striving for. I want people to ascend and heal, like for real. Tarot just ain't cutting it. It ain't cutting it like I need it to, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna think on that a little bit more. I'm gonna think of that.